After I made the video titled Why Men Are Weaker Than Ever, where I opened up about my experiences with erectile dysfunction, my struggle in my early 20s to get hard, and basically I had erectile dysfunction. I was not expecting the flood of DMs and comments that would proceed afterwards. I got at least 10 comments on this video of people describing similar experiences they've had and continue to have, and my Instagram DMs looked quite similar. So many men telling me that they've had experiences in the past where they couldn't get it up and now they're afraid to have sex again. Due to the overwhelming amount of responses that I got from that video, I feel obligated to make this video. I did not know that the scope of this problem was this large. I thought it was something that only a handful of men have dealt with, but this is a huge problem that is happening right now, at least in Western culture. And all the men who DM'd me or commented on that video were around the same age as me. This has never been an issue in history, and I can't imagine how many guys also went through the same experience that didn't DM or comment me out of a fear of being judged or being embarrassed. Now that I've successfully overcome this type of ED that I did have, I realized that it was due to at least one of three things, or it might be a culmination of all three of these things. The first one is watching too many dirty websites and jacking off too much, which I went over in the video that I mentioned earlier. The second problem could be performance anxiety due to past experiences or a lack of confidence, or you're just doing it for the wrong reasons and not actually getting to know the woman. I don't want to spend too much time on the first reason, which was watching too many dirty websites and excessive masturbation, but I'm still getting DMs from dudes all the time saying that they simply cannot stop themselves from watching porn. So for those of you out there with a really severe addiction that you just can't curb, let me give you the tips that helped me stop watching these dirty websites forever, and it makes me never want to watch them again. First off, if you have Instagram, you need to unfollow any account that you're following just because they post promiscuous pictures and post pictures of their nice body or they're super attractive. Each picture you view from these accounts is like a stepping stone that makes you edge closer and closer to you watching a dirty website. Personally, I found that when I stopped looking at really attractive Instagram models' pictures, that my tendency for opening up an incognito tab decreased slightly. And also stay off of your Instagram Explore page, because if you are looking at pictures like this on a frequent basis, then it's likely that this is what your Instagram Explore page looks like. It will definitely be hard at first, but as soon as you catch yourself doing this, you need to remember the promise that you made to yourself. The promise that you will not watch porn intentionally again, and you will edge towards it if you decide to view these photos on a frequent basis. And also what these photos do, as well as watching porn, is it desensitizes you to what women actually look like, and that completely destroys the way you're aroused for women. In very serious cases where you simply just don't have any sort of self-control over it, you may need to delete Instagram entirely. But this is only for people who are really addicted and just can't stop. Now, you want to quit watching dirty websites and you want to get off the dirty websites. I have some tools that can help with that. There are plenty of apps and softwares out there that block these dirty websites, but the one that I recommend the most is called blockerx. This is available on the Chrome store as an extension, I believe, and it's also available on iOS and Android. Basically, you can put in the websites that you want to get blocked and they will block it completely for you. So even if you are tempted and you try to open it up, it'll just block it. Now, unfortunately, it appears like every single software like this is subscription based, so you will have to be paying a monthly fee, but it is absolutely worth paying about $10 a month to have your life completely changed. There's also an incredible app I found through doing research for this video. It's called Fortify, and this really helps you with your porn addiction and helps you to curb it. And it's also community-based. There's a forum so you can talk to people and get more support and more accountability. So I really recommend checking that out on iOS and Android too if you're looking for some support and guidance through what you're going through. Now, even though excessive porn watching has been shown to increase erectile dysfunction in young men and decrease your arousal with real women, you might not even actually have ED. I'm sure that you know, and plenty of guys that I know watch porn all the time and they have no problem getting it up. This problem of not getting it up varies from person to person. It doesn't have a single identifiable cause, and that's why I'm going over more than just quitting porn. So you might think you have like actual ED, but what it really is just performance anxiety. You just don't put in the time to actually get to know the girl. I feel like current Western culture puts so much pressure on young men to have sex with the woman that they're interested in right away or on the first date, and you basically get peer pressured to have sex with the woman when you're not ready but she's ready. And when this is your only goal with the woman, and of course that's the wrong mindset to have, and when you don't accomplish that, you feel so much worse about yourself and it completely destroys your confidence. I remember when I used to go out all the time in early college, my main goal for the night was to sleep with a woman, and the only reason was so I could have bragging rights. A lot of guys in their teens, they'll have their friends come up to them after a night out and be like, dude, did you get laid? Did you have sex with a girl? Did you hook up with any girls? And that amount of pressure almost makes you don't feel like a man if you don't do this. You don't want to get made fun of by your friends who seem to get women effortlessly. So this develops a terrible cycle of, okay, I need to go out to get with a woman so I can sleep with her and so that my friends hype me up and I feel like I'm important. It's super, super fucked up, and it's something that I dealt with a lot as a young teen, whether my friends were trying to intentionally do it or not. I just felt some sort of subconscious obligation to do it based on the culture that I was in, and I'm sure that a lot of you young guys can relate. So maybe you do get a chance to have sex with a woman on the first date, and surprise, you can't get it up. Nothing makes a man feel lower about himself and feel less confident than this feeling. Because as men, we feel like if we can't accomplish one of our basic biological needs, we're basically useless to the world. It's incredibly embarrassing, and you think, what does the girl think of me? Does she never want to see me again? Is she making fun of me in her head? What do I tell my friends about this? Should I lie? And so starts a chain of situations where this keeps happening. You keep forcing yourself in a situation to have sex with a girl to get your confidence back and redeem yourself and feel good about yourself again, and time after time, you fall short. This can cause a very, very vicious cycle of self-hatred, and it can be very hard to dig yourself out of this hole. For me, I went on a very long stretch like this, almost a year, where I had multiple instances where I couldn't get it up with women, and then finally I started seeing my second girlfriend, who wasn't my girlfriend at the time, and we tried a couple times, and finally there was a time where I could get it up, and the problem never occurred again. And this is why I don't really call it ED, it's more so just performance anxiety. So how can you stop this vicious cycle? Well, here's your problem. You don't see or view the woman as a human being. You don't want to develop any sort of meaningful relationship with her, whether that's platonic or not. And that sort of thinking is fucked up. And watching too much porn can cause this mindset. As soon as you stop trying to chase women just to have sex with them and instead see them as a human being and someone you want to develop a meaningful relationship with, then sex with them will come at a natural time. Get to know her, her interests, hang out with her, become good friends, and when you actually feel comfortable around her and with her and you guys have a great bond, then if she also wants to have sex, then that is when you do it. Stop trying to get laid every time you go out to a bar or something or on a first date just because you think your friends will view you as cooler or because this is how Western society thinks you should go about things. Start developing the mindset that it's okay to not want to have sex with the woman right away. Even if she wants to and she asks you to, if you're not comfortable, just say no. Hang out with her more and get to know her more until you're comfortable. And the side effect of this is that women will actually respect you more for it and be more attracted to you. And if this sort of mindset makes her less interested in you, then she wasn't the right one for you anyway. Trust me on that. I've started to notice recently how important it is for men, or anyone honestly, to have a support place where they can be vulnerable and open up and get help from others. So I've decided to start a Discord channel dedicated to that. In this Discord channel, open up about anything. We will be very accepting of whatever you're going through, and we can talk it out and help you through whatever tough situations you're going through. So if you're not in my Discord already, the link's gonna be in the description, so go join it, and that'll be a safe place for you to get vulnerable. And as always, thank you to my current patrons from Patreon who are on screen right now. If you wanna get more guidance from me or get exclusive content from me, you can go check out my Patreon to support the channel. The link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Leave your comments below and I'll try to respond to everybody. And that is it for this video. Go check out my other videos and subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you very soon.